what happened was that we first saw this church in 1991 when it was a farmer's store with the holes in the roof, and it was really very grotty, and the walls were black. We bought it in 1994 and we started using it straight away. There were no glass in the windows, the door didn't fit, the roof had got holes in it, the floor was collapsing, but we nevertheless used it because we hadn't got anywhere else to go.
When we bought this church, it had been a barn for about 100 years. And literally when you walked in, we would fall through the floor, just rotten floorboards. Anyway, the builders doing it up, we chucked all the wood out, and I noticed that the big hunks of wood that looked rotten were actually very old oak. So I took the outside off and made these, and a lot of this out of the old oak. I like the idea of God taking what is rejected and making something beautiful.
In 1996, we started the restoration, so we put in the gallery. We had to repick the walls, we had to take off the roof and repair that, we had to repair the floor, put in the boarding on the floor and so on. And then we had the screen built almost immediately, but we didn't have icons in it to start off with, it just had blanks. And then as the people bought the icons, so we were able to fill it in with the icons. When the church was consecrated in 1997, so the Archbishop came to consecrate it, I think we may have had one icon, maybe two, and the rest were just gaps.
This church was actually built not what you see, but the foundation was built in the 7th century. It was a dependency, sort of like a daughter of Winlock Abbey. Winlock Abbey is about 20 miles away.
We have restored the wall paintings, which are quite interesting. They're 14th century. The church itself, what you see, is about 1200. It's what is called early English, so it's early English. And you can tell that by these very thin lancet windows, which were made that thin because somebody couldn't squeeze inside, so it was a sort of security thing. The medieval church, so the 1200 church, was bigger than it is now, probably went another 4 meters west, so another bay. But it is on much, much, much older foundations. So about 30 inches up, you can see a setting out line, so a line where the walls have been taken down to that line and then they started again. And that, it was a Saxon church, a big Saxon church. It was 16 meters long, longer than what we have now in the west direction, and it was 3 meters in the east direction with a rounded apse. So it was a typical Anglo-Saxon church. Probably dating, I think, from somewhere before 700. In its origins anyway. And there must have been something very special here that people came to because it was so big. Because Anglo-Saxon churches are not big usually, they're small little churches. What it was, I don't know. But it is on a pagan site, because when we had the archaeology done, we discovered a post, about sort of that size, out there. And we then discovered that there had been other posts found, the far side, so it stands in the middle of this arrangement of posts which date to 2033 BC. So it was a pagan ritual site that has been Christianized, turned into a Christian church, and it is still in use. So it has been a place of worship for people in Britain for 4,000 years. Maybe longer, who knows?